Just one point before we continue, you would have noticed that I did change the styling of the background image of the final website. So if I increase the width of the screen, you'll see that the image will adjust to the dimensions of the Jumbotron at all times, from the very beginning, even with a very small width. Unlike our image, that will start adjusting the width only when we go beyond the original width of the picture. And then we can see that the width is going to start stretching, and the height is going to stretch as well to keep the original aspect ratio of our picture. But if you look at the final website, with the change that I have applied, both the height and the width, they will adjust at all times in all device screens. But we will lose the aspect ratio. Okay, so if you want to do like this, all you need to do is go back to the styling of the Jumbotron, get rid of the center values that we added there, okay, and change the background size to 100% horizontally and 100% vertically. So this means that the background image is going to adjust both horizontally and vertically to our Jumbotron all the time. Okay, so if we try this, we'll get something like that. Okay, so you can keep it like this if you want, otherwise you can go back to the cover value. Okay, I'm going to keep it like this for now. Okay, and let's move to the trial section. So we're gonna add a header and a couple of pictures. Okay, so let's go to our index.html file. So following our Jumbotron, we're gonna create another div. Okay, we're gonna give it a class trial, and we're gonna create a container inside this div. So it's a div of class container. Okay, so we're gonna place our header. So let's copy this text, try it now. And also we're gonna add a couple of pictures. Okay. Let's go to the Wikimedia website and look for these two pictures. So I'm going to go for the first one. So I'm going to type available on the App Store. And let's go with the first link. Okay, let's look at the license. So it says here that this image doesn't meet the threshold of originality for the copyright protection, so we can use it for free. So let's copy the URL from there. And paste it there. Okay, and let's look for the other one. Get it on the or on Google Play. Okay, let's go for the first one. And again, if we look at the licensing, same thing. This image is not eligible for copyright. So if you go there, I'll just go back and click right, copy image URL, and then paste it in the source attributes. Okay, Now, if we refresh, we can see our two pictures there. We'll need to style them so that we can resize them. Okay. We're going to go to our CSS file. And place some styling just before the media queries. Okay, just there. So first of all, we want to center the elements inside the trial section. And also we're going to be adding some padding. Okay. So we're going to access this section using the trial class. Okay. So to center elements, we'll use the text align property that we set to center. And we're going to be adding some padding there. Okay, so starting with the top padding, we're going to go for 20 pixels. The right and left paddings, we're going to go for 0. And the bottom one, we're going to go for 40 pixels. Okay. And text color is going to be black. So we set the color property to black. Okay. Now everything is centered, but we need to resize these pictures. So we're going to access the pictures using the class and then the image tag. Okay, so we'll set the width of the pictures to 200 pixels. Okay, and the height to 70. Okay. Also, we'll create some margin to create this space between the pictures. So we're gonna go for a margin of 20 pixels, and it's gonna add space between the pictures and also at the top and bottom as well. Okay. Okay. Now, if we look at devices under 480 pixels, we will notice that the couple of images, they get small. Okay. So we're going to go back to the media queries for devices under 480 pixels. And we will access the images inside the elements of class trial. And we will change both the width to half of the width that we chosen before, and the height to half of the first height as well. Okay. And we'll set the margin to half of the first margin as well. Okay. And that's what we get. We should probably change this picture. Okay, it's not the same quality as the one we want. So let's go back to Wikimedia. And look again for available on the App Store. Let's go for this one. Copy the URL and paste it inside our image in the index.html file. Okay. And this looks better. All right. Finally, let's add a footer for our website. So, following the trial section, we're going to create a footer. So we'll create a div of class footer. Okay. So inside the div, we're going to create a container or div of class container. Okay, and inside this div, we'll just place a paragraph. Okay. So let's write some text there. We're going to need an HTML entity there for the copyright. So there's going to be ampersand copy. Okay. And semicolon. And then we can write our text, develop with Sam. Okay, now let's style our footer. So we're going to go to the CSS file, and just before the media queries, we're going to add the footer styling. Style footer. Okay, so we'll access the footer using the footer class, and we'll set the background color to this nice gray color. Okay, and we'll set the font size to 15 pixels. Okay, and let's add some padding. So top and bottom, we're going to go for 10 pixels. Okay, and 0 for the left and right sides. Okay. Let's check that everything is fine. Starting from large screens, let's decrease the width of the screen. Okay. Okay. Everything looks fine, and our website is now complete. Congratulations, you have just created a very nice app landing page using HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap. You had a chance to review and practice many of the skills you have learned in those chapters. The website you have built is completely responsive and will adjust to any device size. If you change the design, or if you made something completely different, then I would be very interested in seeing what you have done. So please share with me and other students. I look forward to seeing you finishing other projects and becoming a highly skilled and professional web developer.